Alright, let's give Saturday's Daily Puzzle on chess.com a shot. This one's called King's Magnetic Shadow. It's black to move. The video pause and try it yourself if you feel like it. Okay. So we've got a check here. I don't have all that many checks. This looks like the most interesting check to me. Wouldn't think I'd be sacrificing my queen, but I could be wrong. If I check here, I would think the rook probably wouldn't want to take, because if it does, then my queen gets in. And there's definitely some stuff happening here. There's definitely a lot of tension on these pawns. I feel like the move must be one of these two, but I could be wrong. So check. If the king moves back, I could check here. Pawn takes. I feel like that might work. Wait, so if I check here and the king tries to move, I don't know why I'm checking this line first, but knight takes. The pawn absolutely has to take that. And then my knight's out of the way. I can sacrifice the bishop. The king has to take that, or else I'm checkmating on this square. But if the king takes, I still checkmate. So it's here. King only has one move. It's back here, and then this is mate. So if the king moves, that's checkmate. If the rook takes, what am I doing? Queen gets in. Yeah, same kind of idea. Okay, this works. The bishop sacrifice works. It's like barely even a bishop sacrifice. Because, okay, so there's two lines to consider. White only has two moves when I go here. If the rook takes, then I take with the queen. King only has one move. It's into the corner. Sacrifice the knight, just really to get out of the way of the bishop. The pawn has to take that, but then my queen is here. I just take here, and that's checkmate, supported by the bishop. If the king moves, king here, I think this is probably a little bit longer line. This is probably what will happen in the puzzle. Maybe not, but if the king goes there, knight check, pawn takes, bishop sacrifice, king takes, queen check, king back to the corner, queen checkmate right here. So it's here. Okay, king moves. That's what I was thinking might happen. Knight sacrifice. Pawn has to take, no other option. Bishop sacrifice. King has two moves. It could either take the bishop or not, but either way, it's getting checkmated. So it's here, here. Takes is fine. I just take here. King has to go to the corner, and I checkmate. That's a Puzz, dog. Very cool. Very cool little Saturday Puzz. Figured that one out, dude. Big brains. Let's run that back one time. Cool. So I was looking at this for a minute, and there's only a couple checks in the puzzle. This seemed like a very reasonable check, so I started investigating that. And there's only two moves for white, and either one of them leads to checkmate. If the rook takes, then I can take back with the queen, and the king's forced to the corner. And then I can just sacrifice the knight, and there's no way to save checkmate there. In the puzzle, the king moves to the corner, but then I can still kind of do similar things here. I can sacrifice the knight, which gets out of the way of my bishop. So knight here, forces the pawn to take, no other move. And then I sacrifice the bishop as well. The king has two moves. It can move here or here, but either way, my queen's getting to here, and it's going to checkmate the king. So king takes, king's got to go back to the corner, and this is mate. There it is, dog. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.